Bang, we're live, we're live, we're live, we're
Yes,
live.
sir. Yes, sir.
Peace, 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 peace to the gods, of course, peace to the earth, man. You see what it is. We have a full house in the building, plus one. We have a special guest tonight. Not even going to waste any time. We're not even going to waste any time talking too much. Let's get right to the show right now.
Peace to the gods, the ringside club hard. My name is A.O. Say you heard around the dawn. Blame Boogie while you at it, blame Chad Law. K-Fabe is dead, break the fourth wall. Whatever style, whether it's lucha or strong style. Come through the venue, fly, burn the bar down. Back to the pad, chop it up for the par. Ringside club, intro to the squad as the show starts.
Peace, 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 peace. You know the vibes, broadcasting live from the Empire Tri-State in the Central State, the good old state of Texas. We are live. It is the Ringside Club. You know what it is. Every Thursday night we broadcast live right here on X, right here on YouTube. Of course, hit therinsideclub.com for everything you need to know. On demand, anytime you need, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all other podcast platforms. We're not going to waste any time. First and foremost, before we introduce the fellas, I want to introduce a very special guest for the first time ever on the Ringside Club. I was a guest on her show earlier this calendar year. We have, who is absolutely, one doubt, 100% all elite. We have Keeks herself in the building. You know what I mean? What up, Keeks?
What it do, baby? It's going down. I'm here.
You in
Yes,
H-Time?
Now, you know me. I only go by two letters. My name is A to the O. Let's pass it to my mans and then Ron. What's good?
Hey, who are you? Let me introduce you to the other Don. Don.
You already know who it is. I go by Mr. Ron the Don of the RSC. That's enough said. Let's pass the mic. What's good?
We got the reigning and defending champ.
The champ is here.
What's
Yeah.
good, Bo?
I feel like Cody Rhodes. I'm getting booed as a face. Everything's gonna be all right.
I don't know if it's tequila, but Boog like he got a fucking baldy and it's fucking me up right now.
Nah, the hair's there. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
all right. It's
It's
the
there.
cap. It's the cap. Because I thought it was a baldy.
Yeah.
I was like, where my man go with his hair? What's going on right now?
Nah,
We
it's
got
there.
3 out of 4 with a baldy, but me. It's fucking crazy. So.
Holy
But
moly.
listen, don't let Chad distract you from greatness. I am your reigning and defending predictions champion. I came up with a doozy today. I have a bunch of questions for us for this predictions podcast, and should be a good one. Chad, you have the most energy, so I am going to transfer some of mine to you and give you even more. There you go.
What's
It
good,
is
Chad?
I, young Godiva himself, CHADLAW Chad Law, live from the car phone right now, fresh out the event. Shout out to my homegirl Nadia at 300. Had an amazing mixer just now. The tequila was flowing, the network was fly, but I was like, yo, I gotta get out of here. We got all elite Keeks in the building. We have to record this shit tonight. It's our prediction show, first of all. I gotta get my title back, 1. 2, I did propose last week on the show when it was just me and Ayo that we should split the predictions championship. So there should be a WWE predictions championship and an AEW predictions championship title. Because it don't make no sense how niggas can win the title one week and be lost the next. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
like I'm furious.
That's all well and good,
Keeks,
but
that's
we're gonna
me.
need
I'm Victor.
we're gonna need a TNA predictions championship too, because they're on
No,
the come
that's
up, bro.
the TV title. Ron got to stop fronting and defend the TV title at some point. 'Cause Ron don't be
Well,
Ron
then
will
challenge
be
me,
quiet.
my brother. Challenge me, man.
Ron
Challenge
will be quiet. Ron don't say nothing during Dynamite.
Hey, why
Ron don't
niggas-
say shit during
me.
Raw.
Oh, yeah, I do, buddy.
Nothing during
What's wrong with
SmackDown.
you?
He be on Twitter. But when it comes to defending that title, Ron, you got to put that shit up.
Although,
Shit.
so then come at me, then, my dude.
You
Come at
going
me.
up this week, King.
Oh,
We
no,
have-
come at
we
me.
having
What
a
you
duel.
what you
All
doing?
right, fellas.
No,
All
what you
right.
doing? So what you doing?
We having a
Oh,
duel. I want the
you
TV
talking all
title
that-
after I win the world
Wait, hold
title.
on.
Let's get
Hold on.
this.
Hold on. You talking all that talk? Then challenge me. What's good?
Yo,
Clearly
Young
a lot of
Adava lays the
energy.
challenge
What's good? What's good?
Clearly a
Right
lot of
now
What's
energy.
good?
for the RSC Predictions TV title this Wednesday night on Dynamite.
All right,
Live,
so bring it. So
live
bring
from
it then.
Duluth.
All right,
Live
bring it
from
then.
Duluth.
Bring it.
Out
Bring it.
for
Bring
the
it.
TV title.
This is
Third,
the
Nah, you love
stingless
talking.
era.
Bring it
it's
then.
going
The
down. The
stingless
stingless era.
era.
I want it.
All right, so what we're gonna do right here, we're gonna start off. We have AEW Revolution this Sunday. First and foremost, we know that this is Sting's last week as a full-time pro wrestler. We saw his last Dynamite last night. Maybe we see him, wave his hand like Jeter on Collision. We don't know, but we know that this is his last match coming up. So, Keeks, you had a lot of Sting information on your podcast this past Monday. I had Heartbreak Julio on as well on my pod. We have any last thoughts for Sting? What comes to mind when we have Sting's last match? Keeks, I'll start with you.
He's a good man, Savannah. He is a good man. No, all bullshit aside. I'm sorry. We can cook.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So many emotions on my end. I've been a fan for him since '96. My icon. Great man. I met him twice. So many words. Really, it's. And then Darby almost made me cry reading that article. It's just a lot. But what I
That
can
Players
say,
Tribune, right?
and I've always said, yeah. But what I can say is he is the epitome of what baby faces should be. And like I said on my show, he has a lot of sons and daughters in modern day wrestling as far as baby faces. Just a lot. Sunday, just have fun out there. He said it's going to be a memorable match. That makes me nervous, being that he is in his 60s.
He's about to try to go like go.
Right. I don't know what he jumping off of or whatever. Even seeing him from the rafters, as exciting as it was, I was still kind of nervous, but I also was just like, this is Sting. But Surfer Sting, Crow Sting, TNA Sting, Transitional Sting, Joker Sting, WWE Sting, AEW Sting, all of them in some form, in some way, even in the characters, they are all influential to today's wrestling. He deserves all his flowers. He's probably, he's in the same caliber as the Ric Flair, the Hulk Hogan. So show him his respect. Great man through and through. So he deserves this rollout that he's getting. And I'm gonna miss him seeing him in the ring, but you know how wrestlers are when it comes to retirement. We're gonna always see him in some way. But I believe him when he said, "I'm done," like because he's done.
He might still be an ambassador for AEW, but he's done in the ring. Ron, what you got?
Icon, man, legend, man. Well, he's done it for 4 decades, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Almost 4 decades. Man, since before I was born, man. So
Right.
it's it's sad to see him go, but listen, he said it was his time, man. So hey, man, just salute. Just gotta give him his flowers, and that's it, man. And try. Let's all try to enjoy this match the best we can.
I'm officially a living representation of Sting's career. He started in '85, so did I, and it's 2024, and his shit's about to wrap up. So it's like I've been here for every year of Sting's career. I'd be lying if I said I remembered all of them, but ever since I remember the WCW days with the bleach blonde hair and the neon colors and all that crazy weird Turner Broadcasting shit, and how TNT had all these crazy movies, and you started seeing like the wrestlers from WCW make their cameos on some of the programming on television, and they started becoming larger than life like the WWF guys at the time. I always liked Sting, never had any issues with him, never really took like any like polar opposite take where it's like I don't like Sting. wasn't really around much during the TNA era, excuse me. But I was there for all the other eras, and I will say, crazy old man jumping off of things. Sting seems to be my favorite so far. So I'm interested to see what happens on Sunday, and I hope that they do things the right way. I know wrestlers say they always go out on their back, but because Sting's kind of like, like we said, he's one of them ones. I mean, if you need to, I'm good on
Quick
that.
little, yeah. I mean, it's a
But
quick little, it's a quick little.
but I mean, it's just one of the staples of wrestling. They literally go out on their back. But yes. So it's like I feel like either he's gonna lose and go out that way, or like you said, he's been undefeated in AEW. If they give him the old heave ho and say, hey, here you go, take a win on your way out, good for him. I wouldn't be mad either way, other than depending on how these predictions go.
What you got, Chad?
My Sting memories, man. Honestly, was really just coming from the dying days of WCW. That's when I first got familiar with Sting in my youth. So I can't say I knew too much about Sting previously, but I knew about him in the dying days of WCW. Then as the TNA era grew on, that's when I really became a true Sting fan. I watched Sting face Bobby Roode. I watched him put over Magnus. I watched him face Jeff Hardy in the worst match of probably Sting's life, and Jeff Hardy's too. I've watched Sting face Bully Ray, Sting face AJ Styles, Sting and Kurt Angle. That was amazing. If he wasn't there for the Sting and Kurt Angle era, you missed out on a fucking banger. Sting in the Main Event Mafia was dope. So a lot of my Sting as an adult really relies on the TNA side. The AEW side, well, for the AEW, the WWE side, I wonder if they'll say anything. TNA was quick to put up their 3-hour-long Sting, tribute, but I wonder if WWE will say anything. Well, they probably won't. They probably won't say anything about Sting at all. But I was there for that brief Sting run. And as Keeks mentioned, like that was, it was brief. He was there. He was just there. I thought he was going to do more besides the Seth Rollins Authority Triple H feud. The injury cut it short. The WrestleMania match, he had his WrestleMania moment. He should have gone over. It just is what it is. He's had a hell of a reign in AEW. I think he's done a lot of great things for AEW. He's helped elevate Darby. I'm interested in seeing where Darby goes from here. What kind of has struck a nerve for me is nobody's speaking about what if Sting and Darby win on Sunday. Nobody's speaking about this. Everyone's just assuming it's a revenge match. He's going to get warfare on the Bucks. But nobody's saying, yo, what if they actually win? What happens from there? Like, I haven't seen any scenarios with that. Like, what if they win? What happens next?
Obviously, they vacate the titles and there's some sort of strange tournament,
Yeah, because, you know how it goes. It's got to be a tournament. You know what I'm saying? Keeks is like, give me a tournament.
They pull out.
Let's do it.
They pull out the Crossfire board from back in the 80s, and was it the 90s? And they just start shooting the Crossfire, and then whoever wins the Crossfire match just, you know what I'm saying? They get the
Before we move on, what do y'all think about the aspect of what if Sting and Darby win? We'll get to the predictions.
No, we could do that right in the match.
All right.
We starting off with that match. Real quick, just like I think the crazy thing to me about Sting is like Sting is the first wrestler I remember from the trading cards. I didn't watch Sting live in action first. I remember watching Sting on trading cards, seeing Sting first in trading cards, and I remember seeing Sting on Pro Wrestling Illustrated, all the wrestling magazines. So like I saw him as like as a superhero the same way I saw Marvel Comics and DC guys. Like I'm going right now, I'm rewatching all of the X-Men animated series because X-Men 97 is coming out at the end. He was up there with like the Wolverines and the Batman, like he was up there with that. Just all of the colorways, the red, white, and blue with the jackets, the pink and black. I remember watching Bret Hart live, but then I remember seeing this trading card of this guy that I picked up from the supermarket who's also in pink and black with the face paint, and he looked like somebody I should be paying attention to. And all these years later, I was proven right. So, hell of a career. Sting had a hell of a run. I can't wait to see what he's trying to pull out of his bag. And I think this is the main event. So, with that being said,
one final note on that before we go. We do our fair share of shitting on Tony Khan here, just because why not? He's an easy target.
Yo, I'm not trying to get flamed by Keeks' audience. All right, don't say all that shit.
No. We love. We're AEW. We're AEW fans. I'm just keeping it real. We do our fair share of poking fun at Tony because sometimes he has his fun. but
out
you
the
have
law
to
tape.
give
Y'all gonna hear all the fucking pokes.
you
All y'all can
you
see
have
all
to
the pokes
give
in the law tape.
you have to give Tony Khan credit for the way he booked Sting and allowed Sting to end his career as, like I said, like just one of them ones. He's he's not just like your regular wrestler, guys. He's been here forever. There's people out here who have completely copied his style. It's not even funny. So yeah, shouts out to Sting. Great way to end a career. Can't wait to see it on Sunday.
Has anybody noticed he's one of the last of that era? Like he really is. Like maybe Jericho, but like Sting really has outlasted everybody. Goldberg, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. I mean Jeff Jarrett, maybe you could probably say Jeff Jarrett. You know what I'm saying? But like everybody, he's pretty much outlasted everybody, son. Like this is a really dope
I
send
think
off.
he may be the last one.
Yeah, I think he is.
He may be the
don't get
last
to
one
see
of the
this.
class.
You don't get to see this ever, like very often. So I just hope Sunday is treated with the most grace and respect. And Boog, you probably might have tapped in, but I actually felt Bully Ray when he said, yo, this is such a respectful match. There should be no other tag team matches on this card, but just this match. And I was like, damn, that feels mad accurate. Like, there should be only an emphasis on this match. Granted, we have what we have, but, you know.
FTR ball.
Oh, we'll get to that. We will get to that one.
All right, so we got AEW Revolution here. This is what we're here to talk about. We're here to preview. We're here to predict. For starters, before we get into any specific match, we have one. For anybody who hasn't been tapped in, by the way, we've been doing prop bets instead of just who's going to win, who's going to lose, who's going to win, who's going to lose, just to make sure we have a little bit more fun than usual with these predictions.
For the record, when Boog sent them through, I was not paying any attention to actually answering them. I was just more so impressed by the fact that he came up with all. I was like, wow, this guy really thought this shit out. Let me answer them live.
Nah,
I'll wait to get back on the answers.
We'll call them all on the fly.
All right, cool.
This first question that we have right here is more of a general question. We have 6 title matches on the AEW Revolution card. So the first question to go around, and we don't got to worry about writing everything down. I got everything kind of in order, and then I'll go back when I go to find the clips, and I'll make sure everything is properly calculated and recorded. But over or under, do we have 3 title changes? I'm going to start off. So I guess we can go in the order of, like, I'll go Ron, then Keeks, then Boog and Chad, just to make sure we kind of keep this in order. Over or under 3 title changes? I'm going to say under. We have less than 3 title changes on this card. Ron, what you got?
Got the same thing. I got under 3.
Keeks?
I'm going to go with 4. So over 3 title
over.
changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got over as well.
All right, we have 2 under, 2 over. Chad, what you got?
Sure,
on
I
mute.
think you're muted.
Tag titles, international. That's it, right? For the most part. I mean, the World Championship I don't see changing. I don't see the Women's Championship. And what's the other title? Is there a Ring of Honor title?
There's a TNT. Yeah, there's
TNT?
tag, there's TNT.
No.
Yeah, the
2.
TNT.
2
changes?
2 title changes. That's it.
All right,
That's
so
it.
under.
Under.
Mm-hmm.
Copy that. All right, the first match, obviously, we started off talking about Sting. We have Darby Allin and Sting, the defending AEW World Tag Team Champions, versus the EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas. Call them by their passport names, ladies and gentlemen. The EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. Do we have any thoughts about this match before we run down the predictions? I've enjoyed this build. We saw Sting come down from the rafters.
Heel Bucks. More of them.
Yeah.
I've never liked the Bucks more than now. More heel Bucks.
Yeah, that's accurate. I mean, look.
What you mean you ain't like the Bucks more than 8?
I thought they were phoning it in the last year. The last year felt like they were just placeholders. They were just here to be here. Now with this new Mad TV villain EVP shit, I think it's truly their best effort, and they're going to kick it into overdrive when they win the tag titles and put the tag division in a chokehold.
I think they found a way to perfectly marry like BTE with like the live television program, and now they like found like a fun character to be, and this is just what it is. You know what I mean? This is like, it's dope. I don't mind.
I said this on the Law Take. I think I'm actually more intrigued to where Darby goes from here. I figured we could probably spin off it briefly on the pod, but I'm really curious where Darby goes from here. Whether they retain or not, does Darby move into the main event scene? Because I can see him feuding with Samoa Joe for Double or Nothing. I can see Darby Allin, Samoa Joe at Double or Nothing. And I want to be the first one to actually put that out there. I think I could see that happen. So I think it could happen. I think Darby's going to elevate even more from this. You can't have Sting's last match and go down the card and do a Rampage Friday night against Kip Sabian. You just can't. Like, I don't.
Well, me personally, I think Darby's going to take a break because he been saying that he going to climb Mount Everest or whatever.
You're right. You're right about that. You are right about that. That is very true. But when is that, though? When's that supposed to be? It's supposed to be, like, soon?
Yeah. I think it's springtime.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think it's springtime.
Well, I guess chalk my fucking prediction out the window because I was really like, nah, I think Darby as a singles guy, like, should actually be really, you know what I mean? I think this is going to be a good run he's in for. But, yeah. All right. Save it for after, the summer, I guess.
Got any thoughts on this one, Ron?
Not really. I just hope it should be a solid match, man. I believe Sting is going to do some shenanigans. He's going to jump from the rafters again and do something ridiculous and break every damn bone in his body. That's the way to go out. I hope that doesn't happen. But
I don't want to see Sting on a stretcher.
But all I can remember is that last spot that he had did when he had jumped from the
that was at Daly's place, right?
Yeah, Daly's place, I believe, and he jumped on like from the top rope or something onto those tables. And I was like, yo, this man is insane. So I can see him doing something like that tomorrow. I mean, jump from the rafters is OD, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. He's gonna go out with a bang. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, right. Sting is moving. Yeah. Sting is moving. All right, let's get into predicting what's happening. First and foremost, this is a two question match. Do we have over or under 5 former Sting opponents at ringside? So they're probably carting in a whole bunch of people that have been affiliated with Sting throughout the years that are going to be there for Sting's last match. So over 5.
I'll open this up too. It could be opponents or teammates. Doesn't have to be opponents. You know what I mean? It could be people that he fought side by side with too.
Yeah, of course. Like anybody that's been affiliated with Sting's career, or even just people that want to, are in the business. That want to come in and celebrate Stings. I'm going to go over 5. I'm going over 5. I think at this point, Sting is one of those guys. He's like Keeks mentioned or Chad. He's one of those guys that this is the last of an era for real. You know what I mean? Like I think in WWE, it might have been Undertaker, might have been the last guy. Sting is one of those guys from, like you mentioned, 85. Think about how many people he's crossed paths with over the years, rode up and down the roads with. I know Lex Luger is definitely going to be in the building, so we can already figure that's at least one. You know what I'm saying? Flair's going to be there if that counts.
Express going to be in the spot? You got the word?
So. Nah, he said so.
He said he was going to be there.
I figured that.
Yeah, he said so. Yeah, Luger's going to be there. I think it's going to be a who's who.
I think Bret Hart going to be there too.
Yeah, I can see that. He was at the first AEW pay-per-view, by the way. So it's going to take a real special moment to bring Bret Hart back to just kind of hang out.
Whoever's not in WWE 2K24, they'll probably be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what
but yeah, I'm going over 5. What you got, Ron?
So, Bug, when you meant like ringside, you mean sitting ringside or actually being like ringside, like on the side of the ring, like?
What you mean, like as part of the match?
Yeah,
you mean like in the crowd?
Right in the corner.
I mean, if during the live broadcast the camera pans and you see him, that's
what you mean.
Right. There we go.
All right, just wanted to clear that up. Is that okay with you, Chad? Is that okay with
you? Ron's ready, bro.
I'm just asking.
Ron's sword is sharp tonight, bro. He ain't fucking with you, man.
I want the TV title, man. I'm trying to let him know.
Like I told you, come for it. Like I said, come for it.
I will.
Pause. Jeez. I'll take under. I'll go under.
All right, I got over. Ron has under. Keeks, over or under 5? Sting
Definitely
opponents ringside.
over. It's definitely over. Because it's already people backstage that he has faced. I mean, Jeff Jarrett is back there. Jay Lethal is back there. Ric Flair is back there. Shit, Billy Gunn. Board already off top.
Yeah, there you go. Book.
I got over as well.
Yo, fam, this is like one of them prop bets when it's like LeBron James, Jalen Brunson, and Jason Tatum to score 25 points. It's like, nigga, hell yeah, there's going to be more than 5 people there. Definitely. I ain't missing that. I ain't missing this prop bet. There's definitely going to be, and they might not be at ringside per se, but when the match is over, I totally see the everybody coming out. Like, I'm not missing that.
Look, this is
definitely
this
over 5.
Win, lose, or draw. This is the last match of the evening, and they're doing a full standing ovation. Everybody's coming out.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I think this is So I think we all got over. Ron has under. Second question. Now this is an interesting question right here.
Yep. This is framing the situation.
This is a very interesting question that Book has put together. The question for another 5 points: who pinned Sting, Matthew or Nicholas? I'm saying neither, because I think that Sting and Darby win, and he rides off into the sunset, and they vacate those tag team championships.
Oh, we split
I'm saying
there.
neither.
No, we definitely split there on that one.
But I will say this question does not ask that. So if it doesn't turn out that Sting loses, then there's just no points awarded for this match. That's just how it works.
Right. Yeah, it's just who pinned Sting. But just for the record, I think that this is going to be a nice little swerve. I thought the swerve would have been Ric Flair, and they played that hand already last night, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think one way or another, I think a lot of people are expecting that old school, the guy that's leaving the territory takes the L. I don't think so. I think Sting ends his AEW career undefeated.
Fair. That's a fair call.
So I'm saying neither round.
I got Matt pinning Sting.
That's Matthew, passport name, sir.
Pardon, Matthew. Pardon me.
I could see Sting taking his last win, but to answer this question, I feel like it will be Nicholas because he's the youngest brother, and it will make sense.
Yeah, I feel like Nicholas is more of the heel as well. Actually, you know what? No. I think Matt is more the heel. I apologize. I think Nick is more bald, and that's the reason why I think he's older, but he's not. Matt looks younger, but he's older.
He's the sexiest. I get it.
I'm gonna say Matthew. Matthew wins him.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Nick gets the pin on Darby off top. That's what's going down. The Jacksons are going to win because they got to win. Like, how you going to have anything but the Bucks coming out of here and running roughshod on the tag team division? They have such a great future alone just winning the belts because you have BCC, you have FTR, you got maybe House of Black and a couple other strong tag teams to fill you over pause as a pay-per-view feud. Hell, you even might have Bryan Danielson and Eddie Kingston if they pair up.
And we lost Chad.
Chad, all right? Is Chad one of them?
I'm hurt.
There you go.
He's
There
back.
you go.
Then you got Private Party, and you got Top Flight, and a couple other interchangeables as the TV feuds. So I think the Bucks winning and really holding those belts for the rest of the year is the best decision for the tag team division. They need the emphasis on it. Real talk. So Nick gets the pin on Darby. Sting doesn't take the L, and it just is what it is. Nobody pins Sting. Sting is that GOAT that he doesn't even get pinned on his last match. Because it's a tag team match.
Darby did say he's willing to die.
Yeah.
Behind things, so
you right, Keeks. You definitely right about that. You did. He said it. He said it. Not me. He said it.
He said, "I'll die for this shit."
That's some gangster shit. Darby's he will too. As high as Sting is gonna jump off of something, Darby said, "I bet, hold my beer." Next match, we have a triple threat AEW World Championship match. The defending champion is Samoa Joe. He's defending against Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland. This is pretty simple, man. We had Swerve beat Hangman twice to end the year last year. Hangman's been obsessed with him ever since. Who wouldn't be when you got somebody running in your crib, breathing on your kid and all of that? As horrible as that clip was, that's what's on the books for them. They both won matches. They both ranked 1 and 2 in the men's division. Then they had a match, went to a time limit draw, and that's how we ended up with these two both going up against Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe's attitude is like, look, man, y'all are going back and forth as if it's a foregone conclusion that one of y'all are going to be the champ. I'm Samoa Joe. I'll bust both your asses. So
He's mad that's funny, yeah.
Samoa Joe's the realest, bro. I love him. Samoa Joe's the realest.
Funny,
Honestly, the tweet where homie said, "Yo, Samoa Joe reminds me of a dad at a Sweet 16 in his suit." Like, fuck me up. and then it's like, nah. He actually reminds me of an angry man that's coming out of Steinway in Astoria out of a Greek restaurant. Hey, yo,
bro, you had that half correct. I was with you. He reminds me of one of my homies that don't really want to be in court right now. That's what he reminds me of when he's in the suit. You don't want to be around those dudes when they feel like that, bro. Like,
now, when I first seen him
right.
at when WrestleMania was out here in Wale Mania, and he came out on stage and he was just looking irritated. I was just like, but that's before he did the whole dance and stuff. But at first, he was just peeping the scene like, you motherfuckers woke me up out of here to get here.
Samoa Joe's face is stuck on, I don't want to take my shoes off to go through this metal detector.
Yeah,
I remember,
that's exactly what it is.
I remember Aggravated Man from Martin.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe, aka Aggravated Man, bro.
Nah,
He's the coolest, angriest man all the time. Like, how do you be this angry and cool at the same time? It's fucking crazy.
But the fact is, as far as the top of the card, he brought that feeling back. You know what I mean? He brought that feeling back. Once we got
incredible guy.
Yeah. Keeks, I know you was like, thank God. You know what I mean?
Yes. But woof to Hangman Page. Shout out to the AEW girlies. This is what I'm gonna predict. Samoa Joe retains, right? But Hangman is getting pins. Swerve's not getting pinned. They're gonna protect Swerve.
Yeah, I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this ends some kind of way where, let's just get into the predictions. Because there's a lot that can happen here. I think at the end of the day,
I thought that's what you was asking. I'm sorry.
No, we good. We can go
Okay.
right into that. So who wins the AEW World Championship? Does Samoa Joe retain or does somebody win? And then call a finish for an additional 5 points. So that lines you right up, Keeks. I'm gonna start off though. I think that I think Samoa Joe retains his championship here. I think there's some kind of scenario, whether it be the end of the match or at some point during the match, where Swerve has Samoa Joe beat, and Hangman costs him that, and then they tangle up or whatever. I think the story at the end of the match is going to be a continuation of their feud, right? I think Hangman cost Swerve the opportunity to actually win, and then that sets Samoa Joe up for the easy pin at that point, whether it be a pin.
And I guess I could even simplify it.
Yeah.
Is it going to end? What I mean by finish, is it going to end by pinfall or submission?
I think it's a choke out. I think Samoa Joe chokes Swerve out. Right? I think Swerve has Joe beat at some point. Hangman gets involved. Then Swerve throws him out of there. He leaves his back open for Joe to come up for the clutch.
So Joe retains.
Choked out.
You got Joe retaining. And
I have Joe retaining by
submission. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yep. By choke. Ron.
I actually had the same thing. I had Joe retaining, and it's going to be a submission. He's going to. I'm not sure who he's going to choke out, but it's going to be a choke out.
I think he chokes Swerve out.
I don't think so. Samoa Joe's retaining, right? Adam Page is going to get choked out because Adam Page is still so focused on Swerve. he's going to lose. He's losing focus to Samoa Joe. And that's going to irritate Samoa Joe. And he's going to get choked out, and Swerve is going to watch him get choked out.
Got 3 retains. We have Joe choking out Paige. We have Joe choking out Swerve. Bug, what you got?
I got no way in hell Adam Page wins a match on a pay-per-view. Let's see.
Don't disrespect AEW girlies if you watching.
My bad.
We just only going by stats, that's all.
Yeah.
He doesn't win on pay-per-views, that's all.
Yeah. So Hangman's not gonna win that shit. Swerve, as much as I love Swerve and I love Nana and I love everything, I feel like the buzz has kind of died down a little bit. So it's not time to turn the title over. So Samoa Joe retains, and we've already seen Swerve get knocked out recently, so we haven't seen Hangman be knocked out recently. So choke that white man the fuck out. Let's end Black History Month the right way. Get that guy the fuck out of here, and that's my call right now.
He didn't mean it, AEW girlies. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it like that. He didn't mean it.
I don't want nobody to come at me either. My bad. I promise. I don't mean to disrespect anyone.
They came at Chad Law crazy.
I'm here for look,
they came full. Look, I was just playing, but they came at Chad something serious. I was just like, everybody, wait a minute.
Yo, honestly, I'm the scapegoat of this shit, man, because I state the fucking opinion of a guy that really watches this product and really feels as though I'm not gonna give it to you like everybody else is, man. Pause. I'm actually gonna speak my piece. I'm gonna tell you it might not be the agreeable word, but it's okay. I'm telling you what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Check the Lord Take, the ringsideclub.com, man. As for my pick, I'm going Samoa Joe by chokeout. I'm with Keeks on that. It's Hangman that's going to take it because it continues on with what Swerve can do. It doesn't put him, because as soon as Swerve gets choked out, you already know what social media going.
The discourse is going to be ugly.
He's buried.
One side, everybody's going to be happy. The other side is just like, look, see, we told y'all AEW's racist.
Yes. So you know what? I say Hangman takes it, but this is one of those times where if Keeks wasn't here and we had to actually this is a very serious defense and I really want the belt back, I would have said Hangman, because Joe is such a strong champion that he could be in the transitional champion reign right now, and we would be mad satisfied. We'd be like, oh, it's actually a really good reign. Short, but I kind of rock with that. It was cool. He's a heel. He's dominant enough that if it was a transitional reign and Hangman were to win, it would piss Swerve off to the umpteenth degree. It would piss Joe off, and Hangman would be like, yo, I wasn't even supposed to be here, and I'm the champion now. That would create such a eyebrow raise and an intrigue in AEW, I feel like, where people would be like, this doesn't happen often. You don't get transitional reigns with the world title in this company. So the fact that Hangman's a 2-time champion, you ended Joe's reign, I could already see Twitter being in an uproar. Can you see Hangman Hive being crazy? Hangman Hive would take over because Joe Hive would be pissed. Swerve's crew would just be in shambles. We knew he wasn't going to win, but you gave it to Hangman instead? That's where I think Hangman winning would be dope. But I'm going with Samoa Joe. I'm just going to go ahead and try to get my points. I want my belt back. Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe choke out Hangman.
Samoa Joe chokes out Hangman. All right, let's move on. We have another world title match, this time the Women's World Championship match. We have Timeless Toni Storm defending that championship against Deonna Purrazzo.
Hey, yo, real quick. This is the only women's match on the card, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
yeah,
Just checking. Keep going. No comment.
Nah, why you bring that up?
No comment, kid. Keep going.
I already know where he at. Lyric asked him that same
I
question.
just wanted to just confirm before we continue with the predictions. Just keep going. That's all. That's all.
All right, so to break down the background for this match, as we all know, They're basically former friends. They were close enough to get a couple matching tattoos about a decade or so ago while they were training and coming up in the business. But now that Deonna Purrazzo is in AEW, she doesn't recognize this version of Toni Storm. Meanwhile, she's moving up the ranks. She's the #1 contender. And then over the past couple of weeks, we've seen them kind of go at each other through the people that they've been facing. They've been trying different submissions. So Deonna will submit somebody as a message to Toni Storm. And likewise, Toni Storm is like, oh, you want technical Toni? Now she's hitting submission victories and shit like that. So we have this one-on-one match finally. AEW World Champ Toni defended against Deonna Purrazzo. Let's start off with the, pardon me, I'm moving back and forth crazy between screens. This is the same two questions. Who wins the title? And how does it end? What's the finish to this match? What I think is kind of cool and kind of interesting about them talking all this technical talk, I think this does end by submission. I know a few episodes ago I said that Deonna Purrazzo, if she gets this match, she would beat Toni Storm. But I'm feeling a little bit different today. I think Toni Storm retains, and I think it's going to be by submission. Partially because I think that nobody expects Deonna Purrazzo to lose by submission, so that'd be kind of interesting. So, but then like this part of me that says, look, man, Toni Storm, this version of her gimmick with or without a championship is still going to be on TV and heavily featured, and it's going to be entertaining. Plus, the way that we got this version of Toni Storm was by her losing anyway. So even if Toni Storm loses, that's really not that bad of a thing. I think we get more entertaining TV coming out of that. So I'm kind of torn here. If I had to put it on the line, though, I'm gonna say fuck it. I'm gonna go back to what I was saying a couple weeks ago. I'm going Deonna Purrazzo by submission over Toni Storm. Book it, Ron.
Okay. I got Toni Storm retaining, and the finish. I think I wrote down. She's gonna hit him with the slipper while the ref is not looking, and get the pin.
Word up.
I got Deonna Purrazzo with her finisher, with her submission. Because we know it's further with Toni Storm is leading to Toni Storm versus Mariah May down the line. So yeah.
I'm really uncertain what to say here because to me the biggest factor is who the fuck is going to fight Mercedes Moné because she's debuting soon. So
Serena Deeb.
It's like there's no way that Mercedes is going to come in and not have an automatic like shot at the title though. But so yeah, I don't know. Toni Storm is a much bigger draw still than Deonna Purrazzo. I think they still have a big fight on their hands. Maybe getting Deonna Purrazzo over in the fans' eyes. I mean, she's still relatively new as far as that's concerned with AEW. So I think Toni Storm retains, and she is going to pin her.
I'm astonished that there's been. Keeks, what were you saying?
No, not to cut him off. I was just saying it's definitely Serena Deeb is going to be Mercedes Moné first opponent.
Oh, word.
She kind of hinted that at the when she did her promo at Collision.
I like that. I'm okay with that because that'll actually be good wrestling, and I don't have to feel like, oh, this is Mercedes.
I'd rather see Thunder Rosa than that.
Thunder Rosa would have been nice too. That would at least. I just want Mercedes an experience. That's all. Don't put Mercedes in Sky Blue as like I'm trying to challenge. It's like nah. Let me have some quality matches with Mercedes and some of the staff. So yeah, I get you on that. But I'm so astonished that we actually there's a split decision on who's going to win. I thought it was going to be a clean slate. Just, you know what I mean? Clean sweep. Toni Storm. Toni Storm got to take it. Toni Storm's going to retain this one. I can see the submission finisher, the tap out. I can give you that, but I just don't see a way where Toni Storm is going to lose this belt with Mercedes coming in. Whether Mercedes goes after her or not, I still feel as though that Toni still has leverage because what was the last memorable Toni Storm title defense? Real quick.
Against Sheeta. Don't do women business.
Real quick.
Don't do women business.
Okay. Against Sheeta. When was that?
The third one that they had. It was the third one. The third one. Mm-hmm.
The third one. Yeah. Right. You remember. So
Yeah, Whitney
basically,
Business. Yeah, I remember these
yeah,
things.
you remember. So that's why I say Tony needs another memorable title defense. So if she beats Deanna and the match is really good, it's a great title defense. I'm here for that. I want that. Don't play hot potato with the title. How do you reward Deanna after having a horrendous match with Madison Rayne with the AEW women's title? What precedence does that set?
Okay. Chill out. You know,
Oh,
that
no.
was
I'm just, you know what I mean? I just think Tony gotta get it. Tony gotta get this retention.
he. Okay, see, this is the
Tony.
thing because look,
I don't see it any other way.
it's off to a great start. This is why we're kind of saying, okay, it's time to put Chris Statlander in that main card, like for the AEW, like the championship. And then we don't know when Jamie Hayter is coming back.
Miss her.
We still got that. Mariah May. Yes. Mariah May is another one. Serena Deeb is another one. That's why she calling out everybody. Thunder Rosa.
Thunder.
I mean, so it's some legitimate girls back there. And then, of course, like, well, not Red Velvet because I kind of want her in the TBS chase. Queen
that TBS title seemed a little heavy on Chris Statlander's shoulders.
It's held hostage right now with Julia Hart in this injury.
Yeah, look, I've been saying where she at. I've been saying it. I've been saying where she at. I won't look. It's time to give it a Willow at this point.
Yep.
To be honest, Statlander's reign wasn't the most memorable, but at least it was defended.
It was. Okay. Yes, it was. Yes,
I actually found myself being like, when I saw Julia on Dynamite, I was like, where's this title been?
And so many people had their best match with Statlander. You know what I mean? So it's time to get her back in some kind of mix.
I hope to see AEW elevate the women that need to be elevated. Like I don't know, Keeks, I don't know if you was with me on that one, but I wanted Jade to move up. If she had stayed, I wanted her to move up into the main title picture. This is the thing. I'm sorry, AO. I know you on the schedule real quick, but this is the thing with Jade Cargill that people do not want to talk about. Jade Cargill chose. She was over her creative. She was over her schedule. So if Tony is telling her, "Hey, we need you here," and she said, "I don't feel like it," that's on her. That has nothing to do with the booker. Okay. And being that Tony was probably scared to, whatever you say, Jade, okay. That's exactly what happened. Okay.
Well, that's why Chris did what she did. That's why she had to add prestige to that belt because Jade chose. Like, you cannot be like, I want to be in the main card, but at the same time, when it comes to TBS belt, you don't want to wrestle when it's time to wrestle.
Fair. Very
because
fair.
I peeped that how she did Nyla Rose.
That was terrible.
In ring wise, because that match didn't have went how it did.
Terrible.
But you have to communicate with your opponent. I can go all down there, but
you know what it was with Jade? I just saw the star power for the main title. That's what it was. I was like, she can bring an extra spotlight to that main women's division.
But see, AEW is about the wrestling. It's not about the starlight.
Fair. You got that. This is my WWE brain. No, this is how WWE trains. It was like, no, we need a spotlight.
You got to get busy in between those ropes too.
Yeah. So I
gotta get busy in between those ropes. And one thing I will say is, like, along with having so much input in your creative, you also have a lot of control over what your schedule looks like. So there's people that are hustling. You see how many matches Sky Blue had, whether it was AEW related or not last year. Some people put the work in one kind of way, and some people put the work in a different kind of way. It just wasn't the right fit. We'll see what she does over in WWE and all that. But yeah, anybody didn't give their prediction for this? Or we all good?
No, I think we did.
Tony, Deanna, Tony.
And how did you say he was going to win, Chad?
Submission.
By submission? All right, cool.
Yeah, I got Tony by pinfall.
No, I'm lying. Pinfall. She can't tap Deanna out. She just got here. Pinfall.
Tony by pinfall. Okay. All right, we got the AEW International Championship match coming up next, Orange Cassidy defended against Roddy Strong. This is an extra big W for Roddy. This Orange just beat the fuck down, basically.
Yo,
that's
Roderick
what this
Strong is PWI #1. That's it. That's I don't even want to hear nothing else.
Yo, I saw an interview. He's been saying that this is the biggest match of his career, though.
Nah, no cap.
He's been doing press, so that tells you what type of time Orange Cassidy is on.
Never had attention on him like this before.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
He had a cruiserweight title run, and then the last time was Ring of Honor back in the day, in the heyday. So yeah, this is a big deal. This is 100% a big deal, and it's necessary. I can't wait to hear everyone's take on this. Let's go.
I mean, what happens with this build, and particularly with this reign of Orange Cassidy, is they tried to recreate what went right the first time, and it just didn't have the same magic or connection with the fans. He's putting in the same type of quality matches. It's just that the first time it ended in such an odd way because there were injuries with Phoenix and the injuries with Mox that it just kind of muddied up that scene at that time. And they put the belt back on Orange Cassidy. He's had it since, but it hasn't been the same, I guess, connection with the fans or the same importance for this international championship, regardless of how good the matches are.
As he looks.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it hasn't been the same connection, and I think this is a perfect opportunity for them to give Orange Cassidy the L here and have him do something different. Like whatever the next generation, or the next version of Orange Cassidy is, or the next move for Orange Cassidy, it has to happen right here. And then Roderick Strong, this is the perfect time for him to capitalize. Like Roderick Strong knows how important this match is, most important match of his career. Plus that faction needs some juice because this shit ain't working. That faction needs some kind of juice. Aside from the Ring of Honor tag titles, which ain't featured anywhere near this pay-per-view, there's nothing really going on for the Undisputed. What's the name of the faction, bro?
Undisputed Kingdom. Undisputed Kingdom.
Yeah, there ain't too much going on right now. Adam Cole is still out. Wardlow is in like the match at the bottom of the shit that we might not even get to tonight. You know what I mean?
Yo, it's mad funny that on any show at any time that someone mentions that group, all of us have the same reaction. Yo, what's their name? Undisputed
every time.
Like, what is
every
it
time, bro?
Like any show you go to that mentions this faction is just like Undisputed. What? Like the UE, the UK? Like, what? It's like they're not trying to be funny. They're generally just like, who? What is their name? Like, they're so insignificant right now.
This ain't working. This reminds me of when MJF had the Pinnacle and how quickly that shit fizzled out. Like, this ain't it. This is not it.
Pinnacle was brought back to retention via Shawn Spears' WWE NXT debut, so people had to mention the Pinnacle this week for those that were keeping count of how many times the Pinnacle were mentioned. Recently, it was definitely this week for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like,
any other thoughts on this match?
No,
not really.
Oh, I've got plenty. I just wanted to get to the predictions so everyone can get theirs because I was going to tear this one to shreds. But keep going.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. First and foremost, does the Undisputed Kingdom interfere during this match? I'm going to go ahead and say yeah. I think that's pretty much what you're going to see here. That's probably how he's going to lose, ref distraction, some kind of thing like that. I think they go back and forth. They get busy for a minute, but yeah, there will be interference from the Undisputed Kingdom. 2 extra points for Boogie for verifying that this is indeed the name of the faction, the Undisputed Kingdom. I can see it. I'm reading it right here.
It is.
Yo, listen, first of all, I threw this in here as a gimme. I figured there's like no way that it's not, so hey, we'll see.
5 points for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
They're pretty much the same for me. Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be interference. I can't even see them not being no interference for them. So
I say yes, due to it plays into Orange Cassidy's because he has been slowly not turning as heel, but as far as his character.
Yo,
he has been a little bit egotistic, and he's also been a little bit paranoid. So that kind of plays into with the tension between him and Trent Beretta.
When he turns heel, does he wear a black T-shirt or black denim white T-shirt?
I don't think he's going to be heel per se, because I think the heel, if it is like, if they're going to go with that, the heel is going to be Trent Beretta, because it's been Trent Beretta that's been causing a little bit of the tension between him and Orange Cassidy.
It would just be hysterical if he didn't change his character at all, and he just changed the denim to black, and it's like, yeah, now I'm a bad guy.
The black horses and the black,
Trent is so bland.
Orange
that I'm
Cassidy
just
and
like,
black jeans and Force Ones is funny as fuck, bro.
Let's call him a spiked
Sue,
orange.
Sue pulling
son.
up in the black van.
Should
She don't got a
do
white van no
that.
more. It's a black van.
Sue don't even roll the window down anymore. She just look at you through the glass like, fuck out
Her
of here.
shit
B.
tinted. Nah, her shit tinted now. She can't even
got-
see
she
Sue.
got
You
illegal
can't even
tints on
see
her shit.
Sue through the glass.
Yo, dog. Cassidy's heel apparel, like a creative character, would actually be more of a pop than anything Trent Beretta could even do. So Trent Beretta off top would be the de facto heel. Because he's nowhere near anybody's favorite. So he definitely would be like, yo.
Hey.
Yo,
Watch it.
Yo, Keeks, they are losers. Like,
Yo,
like,
Watch
Jamaican
it.
air horn.
Trent
Jamaican
Beretta is
air
a
horn.
workhorse.
yeah,
That was my
and I'm
Mr.
not
Rampage
saying-
of
Yeah.
2023.
I totally get, like, I'm here for that. Like, I hear that. They are definitely workhorse in the ring. They're going to show the match with Eddie Kingston for the national title. That made people, if you wasn't a Trent Beretta, believer, you was going to believe him. But
We've been down for Trent Beretta.
if you look at
are
the
you a day one?
trajectory,
Are
if
you
you
a
look at
day
the
one? Because we've been down for
trajectory-
Trent Beretta.
if you look at the trajectory of what's been going on with Trent and Chuck and Rocky, they show up, get their ass kicked, and nothing else advances. Sue might pop up one time and it's a pop. That's it. But after that, it's just like, yo, Trent is clearly turning into the jealous best friend, and I'm
Well,
actually
yeah.
okay
This
with
is
it.
because
okay
that's the
with
perfect thing. That's the perfect way,
Yes.
in my opinion, to debut Okada because it's part of the chaos.
Whoa.
They're part of the same faction.
Whoa.
No, ain't no whoa,
That I know.
nothing. No,
This is
no,
the first time
nothing.
I've heard someone even, you know what I mean? This is why I just, whoa.
This is Chad wasn't expecting that.
You just said Okada and Trent in the same, like, wow, this is how we're bringing in Okada.
No, but it is though. Like it is. If Orange and Trent is at odds, it's the perfect way to insert Okada. It's chaos.
Yeah, they part of the same faction.
Yes,
That makes sense. I
they
didn't
are
think
part
of that,
the same
but that makes
faction.
sense. Yeah.
We're losing.
Chad, you
Okada.
all right?
Come on now, I'm the queen of the
Chad
looks
AEW
like
he needs,
content
like,
for a reason.
As the WWE Okada guy, like, I'm just hearing this and just going like, oh, so that's what we're doing?
No.
Oh, that's what we're doing? Oh, okay. That's what's up.
This is the same man
That's
that
what's
wrestled against the fucking he wrestled against a doll. Like, come on, Okada has fun too.
Yeah, Keeks. That's what's
Y'all
up.
forget that. Okada
That's
has
what's up,
fun
yo.
too.
I watched Dynamite and I saw Nick Wayne, who's going to be an amazing heel as time goes on. I'll tell you guys that much. He's going to be
Yes.
nice. Though. He's
Yes.
going to be nice.
His mom is beautiful.
Yo, Shayna Wayne's the best. So I watched the United Kingdom interfere.
The United Kingdom?
See?
Undisputed Kingdom.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Chad,
Damn. Ah,
damn.
that name always gets me, yo. Every time, bro. I be just literally trying to shoot off the cuff, and it just fucks me up. All right. I watched Matt Taven and, and Mike Bennett interfere to try to get Orange Cassidy to lose, but Roderick Strong is supposed to be having the match on Sunday. That was just something that I watched and was just like, this is odd. Shouldn't you be helping Cassidy win, or is that too easy? Okay, whatever. Roderick Strong will have to take this win. This match is going to be good. This will give them something to do. This will put emphasis on the group. The ROH tag titles aren't going to be anywhere to be found, but at least Roderick Strong should have some quality matches against some pretty good names in the next couple of weeks, as long as he's the champion, which I think he will be. I think he wins. I think there is interference. You will see Chuck and Rocky get beat up and Trent get beat up. And yeah, I think we see a title change, and we absolutely see some emphasis on this fake Dark World Order.
Orange Cassidy is like, if y'all haven't noticed with the Revolution card, it kind of plays into Sting's characters throughout the years. Because Orange Cassidy is the Crow Sting.
Wow.
Break that down. I'm interested.
Word.
Like it like the whole theme of Revolution is Sting. It in some way either a match that he has done and the character.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
That's kind of dope. That's kind of dope. And then this is probably that era of I can see the Crow. Now that I ran it through my mind a little bit. Yeah, he's been doing this for a little bit.
The kids love Orange Cassidy. The kids love him. I mean,
this is Sting when he was growing his hair. Yeah, this is Sting when he was growing the blonde out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like with Orange Cassidy, as much as we online say like, okay, we tired of seeing this dude, he gonna always have a pop. Live crowds, and the kids love him. They dress up as him. You know, he always acknowledged the kids with the. And when he said that seeing heel Orange Cassidy, so in my mind, I'm thinking if Orange Cassidy becomes a heel, he has to do the whole pyro, like not the one pyro, but a whole like be extra dramatic.
Like there's a budget behind it now. He has budget promo now.
Yeah.
Yo, Keeks, was you here for the Jake Hager Orange Cassidy pairing that clearly failed to exist any further than a week?
Yes, I was here. I've been here.
I hope they revisit this. I hope they revisit this.
I was an AEW fan for if you don't know, if this is your first time listening to me, I was a Jericho holic. Okay? The biggest Jericho fan there is. And that was the reason why I love the style of wrestling that I do. Okay? So the reason why I am an AEW fan is because he was coming to AEW. I followed the wrestler. I never followed the promotion. So when Jericho left WCW, guess what I did? I left WCW. When Jericho went to New Japan, who is Kenny Omega? Who is this person that was me? So when they said that they were signing Jericho to AEW, I'm about to be all elite. So I was here since day one.
Maybe a pivot real quick. We don't got to go too much on it, but just Keeks, what's your current stance on AEW Dynamite this past Wednesday, Jericho Holic?
I know his history, so if Jericho, which I feel like they're going to book him in CMLL, major pop. He is big in CMLL. He's big. He is big because of the matches that he's done in his younger years in CMLL in Mexico. He's huge, and it's gonna mean something to them out there. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Lionheart means something in CMLL.
I'm on record as saying I'm here for Lucha Jericho, El Jericho, the Ocho. You know what I'm saying? I want Lucha Jericho to come back. You know what I'm saying? I thought last night is furthering the narrative that I've kind of just been watching over time of just
he don't want to go home. That's plain and simple. He don't want to go home. He don't want to go home. That's all it is.
I heard a "This is awesome" chant, and I thought that was very, very gracious of the crowd in Huntsville, Alabama.
AO said it's time. It's time. He don't want to go home. Okay, that's all it is. That's all it is, y'all.
Atlantis Jr. might have really carried Chris Jericho through a match, and I watched that twice. So I was like, this was like, wow, this is weird to see of Chris Jericho, because I watched so much Chris Jericho over my life that like he's turning into his Sting run. Like he's got to have one of these runs real soon, man. Like we'll go into another episode about that down the line, but Jericho's got to.
His contract does end next year, so
he's got to
continue on to the show. How you do? Oh, to continue on to the show.
Yo, fam, he was the main event of a go home show to this pay-per-view that we're talking about tonight. That was crazy.
I don't even think through all this I even gave my pick, but I definitely, I got them interfering, and that's about all I got.
I know I said interference. I
think we all on board. This is the 5 points for everybody match, pretty much.
Shut up, Okada.
We have the Continental Crown. We got the champ Eddie Kingston defending against Bryan Danielson. This match is all about respect. Brief background, Kingston won that Continental Crown by beating the entire Blackpool Combat Club, including Danielson. And Danielson pretty much doesn't respect Eddie, never has, says he kind of wasted his talent until now. And that moment was the best of your career and it was the worst of mine. And all Kingston at the end of the day, he wants a handshake from Bryan at the end of this match. Win, lose, or draw, he wants respect, even probably more so than retaining the Continental Crown. He wants respect from Bryan Danielson. Not because he likes Bryan Danielson. I think he just wants to humble Bryan Danielson the way that Bryan's been trying to humble him. So we've been seeing like Bryan beat up, or have matches and defeat former or mentors of Eddie Kingston, people that he's looked up to. We all know he's an all Japan guy that modeled a lot of his offense around a lot of those guys. So this match is pretty much all about respect. I think the Continental Crown is almost secondary. This is a rematch. We just had this match not too long ago. December was this match. So yeah, I'm saying that Eddie Kingston definitely retains. He's gonna get that handshake. I think Bryan Danielson is like, we're speaking about Sting wrapping things up, and he's coming to the end. Bryan Danielson, we all know by the time we get to August and we get to All In, or right around that time, it's not that he's retiring. It's just full-time Bryan Danielson is retiring. So he's getting a lot of those bucket list things off of his list. And I think Eddie Kingston behind the scenes is somebody that Bryan probably admires because he's seen him from the beginning and see it sort of, he never really quit on himself, and look at how far he's been able to make it. So I think Bryan, just like he doesn't ever want to hold a championship, so it seems, I think he wants to give that respect to Eddie Kingston in a very big way. But just speaking about the match, yeah, Eddie Kingston for the win. If there's any more thoughts on this match, I'll pass it around and I'll be getting the predictions.
Yeah. I think Eddie's gonna retain. Bryan Danielson, he doesn't lose anything from losing this match. Like you said, like he's gonna be going to part-time towards the end of the year. So at this point, it's like, still you gotta give Eddie the nod, enhance his title a little bit more. He just got the title for like 3 more when he went to title, like in December, right?
Yeah.
December.
Continental Crown was December.
Yeah, so yeah, man. Give Eddie his run, man. He's gonna retain.
All right, let's get into these predictions. Over or under 30 chest chops. Kingston versus Danielson.
Man, listen.
I hate this part of the match.
Over or under 30. This part of the match. This is the beginning of the match. What you mean?
Sure.
They starting with chops, bro. They start. This is all forearms and chops, and then we'll get into submissions here or there. There's going to be 48 chest chops. I'm going over. Definitely over 30.
Listen.
Somebody's bleeding from the nipples.
You just getting 50 from Kingston by himself. So it's over. I'm going over.
Yo, Ryan, you got to sit there and count this shit, right?
No, I'm going to hand that over to Boog. It's his question.
Somebody has to actually count the chops to make sure who's winning this shit.
Ron got the abacus.
I'm not doing that this week.
Man,
Ron got the chop protector. It's crazy.
You know what? I'll count it. I'll count it.
Keeks got it.
Keeks
got it. All right, go ahead.
Keeks got it.
I'll count it because I'm going over 32. Eddie Kingston alone, I'm going over 32.
Off of Eddie.
Okay, it's our Forbidden Door episode, so okay, that's what we doing. Okay,
this 100% over 30 chops, bro. 100%,
bro.
You gave yours, Ron?
Oh, over, way over.
Way you got over. What you going?
Under. I'm going under.
What?
He doesn't even do over 30 in a regular match. He's going under.
All right, say less, God.
That's it. That's
all
it.
Right.
That's what we want to do.
Under?
Under 30. I think under 30.
No doubt.
It's going to be like 25, but they're going to feel like they were 30. Like, they're going to be like, wow, you dragged that shit out. But it's only going to happen in certain pockets of the match. Only if they get a 30-minute time limit, if they go over, will that shit reach over 30 chops. But I think this shit goes under 30 minutes, so I don't think it'll be 30 chops.
Any other thoughts on this before we move on?
Nah,
that's it. I actually would love to see them become a tag team after this. That's me, though.
You know what I'm wondering, too, is like at some point, probably not after this, but like
tag team born out of hate has never been done in AEW yet. It's always tag teams that are like, no, we're trying to find each other. It's like, nah, like
No,
we're
it was
enemies.
not a hate. That's what they did that last year.
Out of respect.
That was the whole Adam Cole MJF thing.
Oh yeah, that thing. Oh, how did I forget about that one? Yes, forgot about that storyline. Thank you. Oh Lord. Ooh, what a time! I felt like ages ago that one was.
There go my match right there.
That felt like a time.
This shit is about to slap, brother.
Wow.
We have the first match for the full-time All Elite wrestler, Will Ospreay. He's going up against Takeshita. So this is first matches. Yeah, this is up there. This is definitely up there, match of the night. This is my call also.
I agree. Yeah.
Ospreay and Takeshita are both members of the Don Callis family. Callis sets this up. It's pretty much a showcase match. I mean, ain't really too much to this. I think this is a match because he was already affiliated with the Don Callis family. He's got to have some kind of way for them to make a clean break. I think this is what this match is, aside from just being a banger. Like this, they're gonna go hard, And I think if this gets 20 minutes, probably, 18 minutes, somewhere around there. This is Takeshita. You can't sleep on him either. Like these are two probably top 10 in the world as far as just bell to bell. I always find it funny, like Don Callis. Yeah, I always find it like Don Callis standing next to Will Ospreay and Takeshita and Hobbs, saying there's two of y'all that are the best rope to rope, and Hobbs just got to stand there and just look menacing. You know what I mean? Because Callis ain't talking about him; he's talking about Takeshita and Ospreay. But this match is gonna be fire.
I can't wait. I thought it was funny on Dynamite when the crowd was yelling Ospreay and Don Callis was like Takeshita, yeah, Ospreay.
Yeah, he got trying to lead the chant. Facts. He had a hell of a promo too. Like people think, I guess it's because like in New Japan is a different style of promo.
We're all
and
not
I think
used to this.
nah, but it's a different style of promo because it's really just backstage comments unless you're the main event guy,
And
talking to the
British.
crowd. Yeah,
Yes, he's on
but
American television. It's just getting, it's gonna take some getting used to. That's all.
getting used to. He killed it. What you mean?
He killed
Bro,
it. You gotta get your beans and toast.
He killed it.
I think he did. I think he did fine. I had no quarrels with it. I thought it's just got, it drove it home. But I just think
So I'm
some
saying, like,
it's
I
gonna
think-
take some getting used to seeing him on this turf on a regular.
That's what it is. I think it's going to be that for him. It's going to be that for Okada. It's going to be that for seeing a lot of these guys on a week-to-week basis once they're all in.
It's almost gonna feel weird to see Mercedes for a bit. Like we haven't seen you
On a week-to-week basis. We haven't seen Mercedes on a weekly TV show for 2 years. Just
for
about
2
now.
years. Like you took a whole 2 seasons off. Like not off all the way, but we ain't seen you enough to where it's like
Get
You know
your
what I mean?
beans and toast, everybody.
Hey, this one is
Yeah,
for the
bruv.
blokes and the bruvs.
it's the bruv,
Bruv.
man.
This one's for the
Bruv.
blokes and the bruvs.
Give me some time, bruv.
Is it baked beans and toast or
Yeah. Yo, I had to do a break the fourth. I had to work on some shit for Heinz on my shoot job, and I fucking had to go. This shit was fun. They're heavy in the beans. Heavy in the
Hey,
beans.
hold on a second.
Beans on toast, bro.
You just dropped this real quick. You just dropped that name. Hold on. Let me pick this up.
Nah. You got it. We move on to the we'll move on to the predictions. Do we have a turn? Is it Ospreay or Takeshita that turns on the Don Callis family? Interesting question because I think the Don Callis family turns on Ospreay. I think just the way I think this match ends, I think it's a miscue. I think Don Callis does some kind of shit to cost maybe Takeshita the match. I don't know what happens. Like I could see this turning into like a bit of a United Kingdom, United Empire kind of mix. Maybe some of that carries on. He threw the sign up when he
Where the
came out
fuck
the
has
other
Kyle
day.
Fletcher been? Lord take. Where the fuck is Kyle Fletcher?
Visa
I think it's
issue.
visa.
Visa
Yeah, he got a
issue.
visa issue.
Oh wow.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you for clarifying this, folks.
Yeah.
I'm not checking dirt sheets. I'm just genuinely watching from the kayfabe perspective. Where the fuck is you got a name drop? Where's Kyle Fletcher? What's going on?
Yeah. Does Ospreay or Takeshita turn on? Yo, just for the sake of the question, I think it's Ospreay. He leaves the Callis family by the end of this match. 5-point lead.
I'm gonna say they're not gonna turn. Nobody's gonna turn at this pay-per-view. They will turn at a later date. I think they're gonna let it build. You already saw that on Wednesday when Ospreay dapped up Callis. You saw the way they dapped it up. it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a slow burn. I don't think it's gonna be a slow burn to the next pay-per-view. I know it's gonna be somewhere in between that, but it's not gonna happen tonight. It's not gonna happen on Sunday.
Oops.
I'm gonna agree with Brother Ron here on that take. It's not gonna be a turn because
Mhm.
Kyle Fletcher plays a huge part in this, and I feel like it's gonna lead to a Will Ospreay Kyle Fletcher situation.
Mm.
And being that Kyle Fletcher has that visa situation, it's not gonna happen now. So it may happen around Double or Nothing. So no heel turn, nobody turning on nobody.
Word.
Bug.
Um, yeah. You know,
Word.
sometimes you just gotta, I think I got Takeshita, if anything, would be doing anything that Callis wants him to do. So if anybody, I guess I'd say Ospreay would turn.
No turn. I think this is going to. I'm going to lean into it with you guys, and I'm going to say no turn. Match of the night, match of the year contender, barn burner, straight shot, 20 minutes, clean ending. Don Callis can gloat for the rest of the spring that he held a match of the year contender under the Don Callis family.
Word up.
Will
Okay.
Ospreay wins, by the way.
Yeah, Ospreay absolutely for the W.
Absolutely. Yeah. I just think
Yeah.
no shenanigans, just like straight up. This is my like introduction if you really are paying attention to who I am now. Not on some like here today, going tomorrow. It's like, no, I'm really here now. It's like clean, no frills. At the least, I can see a miscue from Don Callis. Put me on record as saying a miscue. Not
Yeah, I think
not
I can see a miscue.
on purpose, but a
Yeah.
miscue. And this is how Will wins. But I just want clean. I want a clean win.
Hidden Blade, baby. All right, we winding up. We got a couple more matches. Really, two more matches to predict, and one that we don't know what the fuck's going on. We have the TNT Championship. Christian Cage defending that belt against Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia pretty much beat Adam Copeland for the right to face Christian Cage for this title. Then Christian made it personal, talking all kind of shit about Danny's pops, the rest of his family, and all that. And Garcia's pretty much been on a hot streak since the Continental Classic. So this match itself is a manifestation of that Danny Garcia rebuild and rebrand. So this is dope. This is dope. This is going to be a solid match. As far as predictions go, Danny Garcia versus Danny Garcia versus Christian Cage, over or under 8 minutes. I think this is definitely over 8 minutes. I think this is definitely over 8 minutes.
You was
This is
crazy.
disrespectful to a Christian Cage.
This is wild. This is a plus 120 on the board.
Bug was crazy for this question. Over or under 8 minutes. I think it's going to be a solid match.
Man, before I had under, and the reason I had under is because I know it's going to be a solid match, but there are 9 matches on this card, and one of these matches are going to have to.
No, it ain't.
You don't think so?
No,
This is not the match that. This is not
get
the
your
match
liquor
that's.
ready and stay up.
I'm thinking this is like one of the matches where they're going to have to limit the time on, unfortunately, because there are 9 matches. So, you know what? I'll go over, but not by a lot. I'll stay over.
I just want to ask Bougie, why did you say this match had to be under 8 minutes? What's the beef with Christian Cage?
I just didn't see this one being a long match. That's all.
It's going to be over probably a good 12 minutes. I give it 12.
Because Christian's matches don't really go quick. Like, he usually takes his time.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to figure out what we disrespected Christian for. What we doing?
Yeah, and that's why I kind of said under. That's why I kind of said under before, but If it's over, it's not going to be over by a lot.
It's but then I get it too because Christian and Daniel Garcia never really faced each other either. But it's over, and I'm gonna give it like 12 minutes. It ain't gonna go past 15.
Right.
It might be some extraness happening in this match. Maybe
Kill
some,
Switch is there. Daddy Magic's probably doing
it may be
commentary.
some interferences in this match. This probably
But you know what?
into Adam Copeland in some way.
This does spark a good question, though. Boy, you damn near might have asked this question. You should have just asked this question. What's the shortest match on the card going to be? Because now that you say it, it's like
the match that should have been the meat match.
This could be the shortest match of the night on the quietest tip. They could get Daniel Garcia the fuck out of here in like 7:45, like on some like, and Christian cheats to win, and it's over, and on to the tag title match. Like that was it. Like I could see this being that match.
This match is not going to come out.
Because I feel like Daniel Garcia is winning, and it's gonna play a part in Christian and Edge scoring that tag title shit. And I know that's gonna happen. Y'all know I do not like Adam Copeland. I am the biggest Edge hater there ever was.
Really? Oh,
there ever is.
Wow. AO is
I have always
turn that
been
comment
a
down.
Christian fan. It's always been Christian for me. Christian looks better. Vince McMahon didn't know what he was talking about. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, talking about Edge look better. No, he don't. I'm a woman. Christian looks better. He always looked better. Better in-ring person. Edge has always been the Paul Pierce of the Ruthless Aggression era. So it is Christian.
I'm a Copeaholic, man. You think you know him, man. That's what it is. On this day.
Oh, I never heard that before. That's hilarious.
He is. Think about it. In the Ruthless Aggression era, like, yes, he was part of SmackDown and stuff like that.
Yo, the SmackDown.
Nobody never talks about a memorable match of Edge, but they are the only thing you remember out of Edge at the Ruthless Aggression is who?
Edge and Mick Foley was a great
match. Nobody says that. It's Lita.
That was a damn solid match.
It is Lita. It's always going to be Lita. Nobody
Edge and Matt
match.
Hardy had a very good series. They had a very good series. They did.
Why?
Because of the fact that it was actual real life shit going on. Like, you really didn't know. It really blurred the line. So it's kind of like, is this actually intense? Like, nah, these guys are like really fucking each other up right now. Like, I actually
This what I'm saying though, because Edge came to AEW and he thought he would be the needle mover, but you are a WWE guy.
I know, I didn't think that.
You're a WWE guy. You're not what CM Punk is. Oh, that's my music.
Oh no, this is just the background.
I feel like that's an award show. You know when you say something.
We just vibing. That's just the background.
But he's a WWE guy. But I'm always with a Christian Cage. Christian Cage is losing, and then it's gonna play a part into the whole Christian Cage and Edge doing their one last thing as the tag title, reigning.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, we've compared Copeland to Common. We've compared Copeland to Paul Pierce. Holy shit.
I really seen it though.
Holy
Common.
Yo,
Yo compares him to Common. When he first came into AEW, him and I got into a back and forth about how he's like Common to me. And I'm like, yo, Common actually got credibility though. Like he could pop out. Like niggas know who Common is. Though. That's the thing. Like you could point Common
people
out.
know who a lot of people are. They ain't really all. Listen, I'm not even doing it today. We got FTR in tag team match versus Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli from the Blackpool Combat Club. This is basically like the BCC. They see themselves as like the elite of the elite, the measuring stick in all AEW. And FTR took offense to that. They came out and challenged them right after a match on Collision. It broke down. They had a match. It went to a draw. So this is basically the rematch to see exactly who is the hardest tag team right now. Tag team titles or no tag team titles in AEW. FTR and Mox and Claudio. Prediction time. BCC, FTR. You got to get both of these correct Right, Book? Both of these have to be correct in order to get the full 25 points?
Yeah, there's no points unless you get them both correct. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So who takes the pin or the submission, and who gives the pin or the submission? I am going to say Mox over Cash Wheeler. Mox over Cash Wheeler.
I like where your head's at.
Yeah. My man got a court date coming up, so it's time to sit down for a little bit. Talking about people going out on their back. He's going out on his back. Ron, what you got?
I had Dax taking the pin and Mox giving the pin.
I feel like it will be Claudio pinning Dax because I don't really see FTR winning this match because of the Cash Wheeler situation. Florida move forward with taking it to trial or whatever. So Dax being because Dax is more of he's trying to save the reputation online with the fans and stuff like that. So he gonna probably be like, you know what? I'm gonna do the right thing by my wife and daughter, and I'm gonna take the pin. And that's gonna be
For this business.
This business.
This business. Bug.
I don't know nothing about nothing outside of like AEW. I mean, I know that they got that shit going on, but I don't know if the fans want to see Jon Moxley and Claudio beat these guys.
The man who made the question has stumped himself. That's how you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Dax over Moxley.
Dax over Mox. Shit.
Yep.
That'd be something. To see Mox take a loss of any kind is
I've
always
done it
notable.
before. I've done it before.
Yeah.
I picked Roman Reigns to retain at WrestleMania 39.
Fucking hell, man.
Let's go.
Okay. In the throwaway match of the night, I'm going to say who takes the pin and submission is going to be Dax not taking the pin and submission. It's going to be Cash who takes it. And who gives it is Jon Moxley and over 2 Death Riders. Or paradigm shifts. Gets him out of here. It's been a hell of a match, y'all. But I'm just sending this guy home. You're out of here. And then just like that, BCC win and head on to a feud with the EVPs.
And finally, we're at the match that they was supposed to be the Meat Madness match. It's no longer the Meat Madness match. It's the All-Star 8-man scramble. We ain't even predicting this shit. All we need to know is who the last 2 people are. This really should be a pre-show match. End of the day, Wardlow takes this because, this really should be the pre-show. This would be a fire, 8-match pay-per-view. Throw this on the pre-show and be cool. But we're going to get another.
No meat. Sorry, AEW girlies. This was supposed to be for us, and it didn't happen. No meat. No meat at all. No meat.
Nah, y'all got Brian Cage, though. That's what y'all wanted.
Brian Cage. No.
Lance Archer. That's your man. That's your boy.
No, Lance Archer.
Right?
Warlow. No, we wanted
Brian Cage,
Lance
right?
Archer, Warlow, Brian Cage, and Big Bill. That would have been fine. That would have been perfect. That was for us. That was for the AEW girlies. That was the demos. That was us. Lance Archer and Warlow alone, them 2 can in Hobbs.
Yo, Keeks, before I go to my take, or we continue on with the takes, what's your stance on Brian Cage? I'm just curious. He always seems to pop up on our conversation ever so randomly.
Since he's been with Mongol Embassy, it's been perfect for him.
Mongol Embassy. Oh Lord.
It's actually been perfect for him, honestly, to me, in my opinion. Like him without the trying to be the person.
Okay.
I like him as he is right now because
Okay.
the way that he is it would have worked if he was like 20 years back. It would have worked. But being that now we're in a different era where you don't have to
20 years
be
back.
as muscular.
20 years
You don't
back.
have to be. You don't have to be
back
as
in the Chris
big. You don't
Bastard
have to
day.
be muscular. You don't have to be on them roids or nothing like that. Yeah, it's just like we like small guys now because small guys are just as talented. So you're cool though.
He's one guy I'm surprised never went to the E, to be honest.
He wasn't tall enough.
NXT.
He would, yeah.
I used to
possibly.
think he would be
I'm
good for
pretty
NXT.
sure he probably
I
ain't gonna
used to
be
think.
Yeah,
he was Vince type, but Vince was like he's too short.
Yeah, I can see that.
Pause.
Yeah.
Like y'all say, pause. Okay.
Nah, short. Yeah, I get it. I kind of, yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's like you're perfect,
I
but
was
you're
like,
short.
Is that all right? Yeah. I mean, just meet madness in general. Pause in that whole match. Glad that match is done. Did we answer all the questions? What was the question?
There ain't no question for that. That's
Me.
just a match.
How
There's
many
no
weeks
question
is
for
gonna
that.
be in the ring?
That's just a match.
There's no question. He was like, yo, it's just there. Yo.
It's gonna
You
be a
said
match
who's gonna be
with.
the last two? I think the last two will probably Jericho.
Oh, you know what? They have there's two matches, right? There's Magnus and Matt Sydal on Rampage tomorrow, and then Penta versus Donnie Martin versus Brian Keith on Collision for the two last spots.
Word.
Brian
Oh,
Keith.
my guys.
and
I don't
Yeah,
know.
and then one of them's gonna be
My
Brian
guys.
Keith.
Brian Keith and CMLL.
Magnus.
Yes.
Put him
Not to
in
be
that
confused with Nick
Mexico
Aldis.
excursion. Yes, put him in there.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's the final two. But yeah, this is the Wardlow show for sure.
Mhm.
All group unison.
Yeah,
This is-
Wardlow
This
ain't
is
losing
gonna
this.
be in. It's
Hey,
gonna
yo,
be
this
Definitely,
is-
definitely Wardlow.
I meant all disrespect by not having a question associated with this match.
I figured. I was like, in true Boogie fashion, like I figured you was just like.
Yeah, Pizza. I think Pizza is gonna be in, and then it's another one on Rampage that also determines the qualifications.
Yeah,
Chad,
And
Magnus and Matt Sydal.
Chad, just on, we've known each other
it's
for a
gonna
long
be
time.
Matt Sydal and Pizza.
You got Brian Cage, Hook, and Lance Archer in the same match, and you expect me to watch this?
Yes,
I don't know.
I already knew the vibe.
I don't
I
know.
knew the vibe.
I don't know.
I already knew the vibe.
yes,
I
I don't know.
we do not disrespect Hook up in here. What is don't disrespect.
We don't have to disrespect him. He's just playing the wrong sport. He'll be all right. Soccer, I think, would be his game. Something.
Don't
Listen,
disrespect
I
our
have nothing
Go.
against
Don't
Hook.
disrespect our Gohan.
On
I have nothing against
Manchester
That
Hook.
is our
United.
Gohan.
I like Hook, man.
Fucking hysterical. Damn.
Leave
I
our
like
Gohan
wrestling.
alone.
Go on.
No, I want to live. I like him in matches because if you hearing Taz like be professional and also concerned
Oh,
at
it's
the
fun.
same time,
It's
so
definitely
funny.
fun.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
He just needs,
Talk
he
about
just
like
needs
Look,
character
he's
development.
aggravated, man. Taz getting aggravated is the
He
funniest
get
shit.
aggravated. He get concerned. He get like that
Taz the
last
best.
match with Mojo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone check
Hook
on her.
needs to make sure he gets up and feet. I'm like, Taz, please.
Someone
Yo,
check on her.
last night he said, "You know what I hate? I hate second generation wrestlers. It's nepotism. I hate it."
Yeah, I was dying.
That was actually pretty fucking amusing.
That was good.
I caught that. That was Taz. That was good quality Taz, yo.
That
When
brings
does MJF
us.
come back? Does MJF come back
Holy
in Revolution?
Please no, please stay
no,
gone,
no.
stay gone. Nobody asked. Nobody stay gone. Like you said, your contract is ending. Go try to go back to your father, Cody boy. You a Cody boy. Go over there.
I think MJF stays, but just keep him off till like Wembley. Like it's clearly like
Nah,
missing
he keeps saying Mike Hunt. He clearly wants to go over there. Go
He's
ahead.
coming
Go
back.
ahead and see if they want you. Go
He's
ahead.
coming.
I think low key he's been signed. He's been re-signed.
back.
Yeah, I think he has an agreement in place with Tony.
God
He'll probably
damn.
like towards the end of the summer. Yeah, like you were saying, probably around All In time. I can see that.
Oh my god.
It's a
see that.
noticeable difference though. The product without him, I'll tell you that. You could
1000%
Exactly.
times
So
two.
that's what I'm saying. We're fine.
Times
Nobody's
two.
asking.
Nah, we need him.
Shut
We
up.
need him. Like, please.
No, we
Please.
do not.
MJF. Come
Yo,
back.
Chad, you said you watched Dynamite twice, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm crying just thinking about this right now. You see how Samoa Joe was out. Samoa Joe's walking out. He said what he had to say. And
Yo.
Swerve's like, oh, nah, one more thing.
Yeah.
So let's let that man go.
Yo, son, I was
Don't
crying.
go. Don't go.
I
Wait
was
a minute.
crying.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I trespassed at a man's house and shouted at his infant kid. I'll do anything to win, yo. Honestly.
He's like, wait, rah, 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 louder than you, rah, rah, rah. I'm like, oh, shit. Here we go.
He could have dialed it back just a tad bit on that one. It was a bit much in Huntsville. You know what I'm saying? But I think he got his point across. Fire match. I'm looking forward to it.
Ayo, take us home, bro. You know, you got to reel this back in.
Fucking hell, man. This has been the Revolution predictions and previews. Before we get out of here, much thanks and appreciation to Keeks for hanging out with us.
Thank you, Keeks.
Thank you. Club.
Thank you.
Let the folks on the on the subscriptions, the Spotify, the Apples, the YouTubes, let everybody know where they can catch your show, your weekly show over there with the Public Enemies.
Yes, you can catch me every Monday on live, 8-9 Eastern time. I will be doing a Revolution recap. Make sure you follow me at All Elite with Keeks, especially on Sunday. I will be drinking, so you know I will tweet any fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm funny. I'm fun. You know, if you disrespect me, I'm gonna disrespect you back, but I'm working on it. And keep it easy on Chad Law. He did not mean it. And make sure, you know what I'm saying, subscribe to Ringside Club. These are my guys. I appreciate you guys for having me on. You guys are great content. I love you guys. I do listen to you guys. And, you know, it is what it is. Shout out to Big D. Shout out to Cowboys. We're going to get that championship in 2025. We going to the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying?
God bless. God bless you. You are. God bless you, Queen. God bless you. Yes, that's it. Cowboys Nation.
We in this bitch. Shout out to this ain't Texas. Ain't no hold 'em, like she said. Yeah, we in here.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's the Ringside Club. Make sure you tap in, tell a friend, and tell a friend. It's them again. We out of here.
Peace. We out of here. Love.
Peace.